And a film's being made, and it's hoping to celebrate 40 years of LGBT history here in the North East.
And the idea of actually creating a sort of an archive, an online archive, was born. It took quite a while to get the money together to actually start it.
This is your local news made here in Tyne and Weir. A new big lottery-funded project is aiming to bring together a comprehensive archive of LGBT history in the North East. The Sal Lumsden Archive Project is compiling images, film footage and stories to record 40 years of social history, and they're looking for more contributions to the project. Bulletin's Mark Patterson went along to find out more.
Mike, or Sal Lumsden as he was known to many, was a pioneer of the LGBT community in the North East. When he died of lung cancer in 2007, thoughts turned to creating a legacy in his memory.
He had the first radio station, or radio show rather, for gay people called Gay to Gay. And we were at his funeral and we started talking about him and memories, etc. And people realised that they had flyers and they had posters and things. And the idea of actually creating a sort of an archive, an online archive, was born. It took quite a while to get the money together to actually start it, but once we got it, this is what we're trying to do now to get a website where members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community can contribute their memories, we digitise them and share them with the rest of the world.
One of my hobbies is hosting a podcast that's dedicated to like retro music on formats like 8-track and vinyl. So when I look at something about history and heritage, I very much want to preserve it. In the same way that I don't want to see the cassette in the charity store bin for 20p, I don't want to see any bit of heritage that is worthwhile and worth documenting for future generations simply discarded. So in that respect, I was very much interested in this project, very passionate about helping it.
Scanning parties and film nights are providing an opportunity for people to bring along photographs, film footage and a talking point to preserve stories. So have any interesting accounts emerged from this historical project?
There's some interesting stories that we've uncovered. For example, our poster boy, if you like, is called Robert Coulthard, who was arrested in Mill Dam in South Shields in 1913 wearing a dress and a big hat with a blue veil. And we've sort of picked him up through other stories of him being regularly arrested, basically. But what's interesting is to look at that, to look at how people were treated, 70, 90, 100 years ago, and then to compare that to how life is today, which is obviously a lot more improved, and people aren't so afraid of being blackmailed and that sort of thing. Social history is just what happens to people every day. And why it's important for us is that LGBT lives sort of have existed so invisibly for the most part, that now we are living in a modern time where we don't have to hide. So let's actually remember where we've came from and what's happening now.
It will be a hub of information for people to learn from. One link will lead to another, and on top of all this, there will always be that sense of we can add more when it comes up. This is a project that essentially could never end, which is a great thing because people do this out of passion. So if it can be a beacon to people, if it can give hope and pride, as I've said before, then I think that would be the best thing. I think that would be the greatest thing.